Hey there, everybody. This is Brady back again. This is my second video in this update investing challenge on Robinhood. We'll call it update number 2. How about that? Kind of what I want to do in this video is kind of go over where we were at in my first video, basically, and now where we are at now as I'm making this second video. So in the first video, I was at about $88 of my own personal money being put into Robinhood. And I think I was at about $104. So I think it was like 18% profit, and that came out to be about $16. So that's where we're at when I ended the last video. Since then, as we can see here, again, I started around December 20th. So I've invested a total of $475 of my own money. Actually, it's probably more like 470 because I did get a free stock from having somebody sign up. And they also got a free stock as well. And the stock was a company I'd never heard of. It's called Limelight, I think, but it was worth like $5. So I'll take $5 for sure. I sold it, and I'm just going to reinvest it into stocks that I like. And yeah, so we'll go from there. But yeah, and anybody who doesn't have Robinhood that's watching this, you don't have to put money in. You just have to sign up, and as soon as you sign up, you get to, like, it's almost like a lottery ticket. You scratch it off, you get a free stock, and you're already investing without putting any of your own money in. So it's kind of cool. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, this 475.96 is what I've put in. Now that's a lot more than I was at last time. I kind of wanted to just put a little more in, to kind of get my account going. I didn't want to put a ton in, but this was money that I could, afford to invest. So I put it in there, and so far so good. I did have a bit of I was all the way up to about $508 total. And then I kind of took a big downturn here. I was down about $90, but when was that? February 3rd. So not that long ago, actually. 19% I was down. I was pretty confident in where I was at. I was actually holding a stock for a long time that was going down, and it's done very well lately, which is kind of what I anticipated. So that's why I didn't mind that it was going down. I actually just kept buying the stock at a lower price to get my price average down, so that when it did eventually go up, I would be making even more percentage profit on my shares. So as you can see, we'll break it down into a month here. As you can see, I was all the way down to 381.12, and like I said, I wasn't very discouraged by this because I have done my research on what I'm invested in. I wasn't worried about this dip that it was going in because I felt like it was about to take off, which, as we can see, it has taken off to the tune of 381 all the way up to 559.56. That's huge because you can see I was down 22% at one point in the last month, all the way up 13, almost 14%. That's, hold on now, I'm not great at math. 22 plus 14, about 36% swing. And like I said, being down, I think some people tend to panic when they're like that, but if you did your research like I did on the company you're invested in, and you're not just throwing your money around, I'm going to throw my money into that stock for whatever reason just because I want to invest, that's a recipe for losing your money, because then you're going to go down. You're probably going to sell because you're scared. And yeah, you'll just end up losing money. So I didn't mind the dip. I actually, like I said, I liked the dip because it gave me an opportunity to buy more shares of the stocks I liked at a lower price, so that when they went up, I would be making more money. But yeah, so that's how much I've added. That's where I'm at. The next thing I want to show is just this app that I like to use called StockTwits. It's nice because you get to set up your own little watch list of stocks. Like, you're not invested in them, but you can just kind of keep an eye on them, keep an eye on the news. So the one big stock that I'm invested in pretty heavily right now is ONTX, Onconova Therapeutics. And what you can do, you can click on it, you can watch it. It shows you how many people up in the right corner are watching it too. So if that's you want to see a stock with a high number, because that means a lot of other people are watching it. And usually when you're watching a stock, it's because you're interested in what it's doing, obviously. So you want to pay attention. And then there's just a lot of information. It could the price increase, the volume increase, which is huge, because if there's a lot of volume going on, it's usually a sign that the stock is going to go up, or that, obviously if people are investing in it, that's a good sign as well, because you might be missing out on something that everybody else is on. And then it's almost like a Twitter, but for stocks. You got people commenting on it, sharing news, telling you what they think might happen. Like, this guy's excited for Monday because there's no stocks on the weekend. I would say investing in stocks is one job where you're kind of sad that the weekend comes sometimes, because you got to wait 2 days, and you can tend to get pretty excited for a Monday, which is nice, because most jobs you kind of dread the Monday, so that's cool. But yeah, this is just a really cool thing. I mean, a lot of it's kind of silly stuff, like can't wait for Monday, but there is a lot of good stuff. Like, this guy's actually sharing an article on the Oncanova website, basically telling its investors of what's coming up and whatnot. So it's a cool website, and I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. It's a good place to get started when you're kind of doing a little bit of research and whatnot. So yeah, we'll go back to Robinhood here. Log in. So yeah, if we take a look, I almost have all of it still invested. I bought this IBIO stock. It's another biotech stock, along with ONTX is a biotech stock as well. I bought this one actually just yesterday. I thought I bought it after it shot up. I thought it was going to keep going. It didn't. I'll probably hold this position through Monday. I'm only down $3 on it. If it continues to go down a little bit, I'll probably just get out. I don't want to hold it too much. But yeah, my average cost is 39 cents right there, and it's at 37. So we'll see how Monday goes. I feel like it's got a chance to tick up. If it goes down, I'll probably just get out, take my minor loss, and let that be it. Because sometimes, you just don't hit on a stock. But let's get rid of these. They really bug me. ONTX, my big one. I got 965 shares in it. That's obviously 88% of my money on Robinhood, because I am all in on this. Now, my average cost was around 39. I actually sold some shares for a little bit of a profit at around, let's see, what did I sell for? It wasn't much of a profit. I just kind of wanted to. Let's see. Yeah, my latest one I bought, well, let's see here. So I did sell 160 shares at $52.59, which is pretty good considering it's at $51.25. So I actually sold it higher than its current price. But then I did buy back in at $51.25 for 165 shares. So it's almost like I got a free 5 shares out of it. Now, I don't want to get too crazy with that. I have been messing with that a little bit. It was just kind of a day trade where, I sold some shares and then I bought some shares basically at 1 cent less. So I made about, nothing crazy, like $2 off of it. But now I have a tiny bit of guaranteed profit. Like, in the future, I would love to get better at making moves like that. So I'm going to keep an eye on that for sure. But yeah, so Oncanova has a ton of upcoming catalysts, and what I mean by catalysts is things that project to possibly shoot the price up even more. So I think February 11th, they actually have a conference coming up where you actually, I'm pretty sure you have to pay a fee to speak at this conference just to get in, and it's a bunch of biotech companies speaking. So you probably wouldn't buy a spot at a conference to talk about your company if you had bad news. Now, I'm not sure what exactly news they're going to say or what they're going to talk about, but I think it's a good sign that if you're booking yourself for a conference to basically speak to current investors and possibly other investors about your company, you're probably going to want to drop some good news. So when they drop some good news, I expect this to go up to 60 cents. And to be clear, and they have a ton more catalysts coming up, specifically regarding their drug. I think I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but it's rigosertib, I believe. It's supposed to help prolong the life of, like, people who have like bone marrow issues where they're not producing enough healthy blood cells. So it's actually a really, really big deal. And I've seen some videos of people who, chemo wasn't working, other drugs weren't working, and then they went on this, and it actually got them to the point where they could have a bone marrow transplant, and then they could obviously live a longer life, which is awesome. So like, not only am I invested in a stock that I think is doing well, it's almost like I'm investing in helping a company hopefully treat people with this awful disease, to help them out. So it's like a win-win almost. But yeah, I plan on holding this. I would love to see it get up to $1, and I think it could get there by mid-March. And if it gets to $1, it's tough to say. If it gets to $1, I might sell half my shares. I might sell a few of my shares. I might sell all my shares. It'll just depend on where I think the company's at and what might be coming in the pipeline in terms of news. But yeah, this stock is just one of like a many. And for this stock, there's tons more like it out there. You just got to do your research and find it. And I've spent hours researching this, and it's finally paying off. As you can see, like I'm up a total of $103 on it, even though like you can see how it kind of represents the way my portfolio looks, just because I've invested heavily in this company. It was all the way down to 31 cents. For the while there, I basically had it up to here for the longest time, around 39 cents. And yeah, after that, it just shot up. And I think the reason it shot up is because people are catching on to this, and it's had a ton of people trading it and buying into it. So that increases the price of it. You add that on top of these upcoming catalysts of them speaking at conferences and the updates about their drug, this thing could shoot through the roof, and I'm anticipating it will, because I really do believe in this, the drug they're making and just the stock in general. So yeah, we'll see. That is definitely where I am at right now with that. I'll probably plan on doing another video in a couple weeks, just to give you another update. But yeah, I couldn't be more happy with how this is going right now. I'm really enjoying myself. Yeah, just to kind of go over it one more time, I am up $83.60 since I started this in December 19th. So it's almost been almost like a month and a half. So $83 in a month and a half for someone just starting out, I will definitely take that. And like I said, as I'm going along, using that StockTwits app, just researching more, I'm definitely getting a hold of a better grasp on investing and how to be better at it. YouTube videos are definitely a plus if you want to get into it. There's so much information out there. You just got to take the time to do it, basically. It's already paying off for me. And then the final thing I wanted to go over was, I know last video I didn't really make a specific goal for myself, but I did start. So basically, in the month of January, I wanted to get to 250. Doesn't matter. Like, start with my money, just get to $250. Starting out, I don't want to put like my whole savings in here because I am just starting out. I could easily lose that all. But that was my goal for January. I definitely hit that. February, my goal is 375. I'm definitely going to hit that. And as we could see, though, I was kind of flirting with it there for a little bit. But I'm obviously exceeding that. March, I want it to be at 425. And then it kind of goes on and on and on. But by the end of the year, I want this to be at $1,500. I would love to go over it and just hit that benchmark by March or April or something, but we'll see. But yeah, I thought it was important to set some goals for myself, like realistic goals for this account to be at, and so far it's going really well. I'm not going to be adding a ton of money anymore, maybe like $10 a week or something like that. I kind of just wanted to give it an initial boost, just so I wasn't working. I wanted to work with a little more money, because I felt really good about how I was at for this amount of money. So yeah, I'll continue to add a little bit of money every week, just to kind of keep it going. But I'll definitely be investing, and hopefully my investing does most of the work, as it has been doing for me. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Give me a like, subscribe. There's going to be a lot more videos coming, and I'm excited to show you guys more of my journey as this keeps going on. So we'll catch you guys next time.